When I was 7 years old, I went to Egypt for the first time. And I remember going to the citadel of Salahuddin, high above the city of Cairo. And in the masjid on top, there was a man, and he was giving a tour. And all of a sudden, he just stopped in a very specific place on the main floor. He began giving the adhan, the call for prayer.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
And I was amazed at how his voice, it echoed across the walls and the ceiling. It was so loud and so clear without any speakers or microphone. It was an architecture that was so sophisticated and so precise, made by a people who always kept Islam in mind. This began my obsession with Islamic history. And ever since then, I began reading and learning about our past, collecting all of our stories, all the stories that I could find. And eventually, it was from this obsession that I started my channel. A hobby on the side initially, with no idea where it would lead me. But there was a moment I remember, I was giving a khutbah at a local masjid. And I was just talking about China and what a massive, huge, amazing Muslim civilization there once was. And a man came up to me afterwards and he asked me if I could recommend him a book, something that would cover the entire history of Islam, a summary of our entire history as an ummah. Since he never could have imagined that there were Muslim sultanates in places as far away as China and Vietnam.
It doesn't exist.
Many people have attempted to write such a book, but all of them are missing something, often with entire regions of the ummah left forgotten. Never do any of these books mention the history of the Muslims in Philippines, a land so rich in Islam that they even had their own version of Khalid ibn Walid. Never do any of these books mention the lands of Russia or Brazil or China or Vietnam or the Emirate of southern Italy that lasted for more than 300 years. So when I went home that day, I dropped everything and I began writing that book, the entire history of our ummah in a single volume. Never has this been possible before, as the Muslim world was never this well integrated. But now, with the help of globalization, we might finally have a chance. This will be my masterpiece. This will be the legacy that I leave behind. So, O Allah, accept this from me and make it a means for me to attain the keys of paradise. And to everyone else who has helped me along this journey, may Allah accept from you the same. For this will be the most important book of this generation. May it benefit the Muslims who will read it hundreds of years from now.